Hi Virgo, and welcome to your weekly love reading. So what's going to happen this week in terms of love? So 8 of Wands, that's a great start. The Tower. The 6 of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles, that's really good as well. And Justice. So yeah. This is looking positive. I just want to be with you, period. I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid I'll be rejected. So someone's been hinting, or they're gonna start hinting to you about how they feel. I'm so afraid of rejection that I haven't taken a risk to be with you. Rejection, fears. And rejection again, past life karma is causing a deep rejection fear I'm not even consciously aware of. And the final card says, what do you think of me right now? And then we'll look at the messages in the bag after we've looked at these cards. So will this person reach out? I feel like they will. There is the 8 of Wands. This is all about communication. Rapid, like movement forward. And there's the Ace of Pentacles as well. This person reaching out, giving you an offer. So yeah, this person has had intense fears of rejection. That's what that Tower card is about as well. Like they've always wanted to rush in, communicate their truth, ground things, manifest this new beginning. 8 of Wands, so 8 is the infinity symbol. It's about balance, just like the scales in this Justice card. They've wanted a balanced, happy relationship. Oh yeah, and look, you chose this card, which is the 2 of Cups, that infinity symbol, like the number 8. The happy, balanced relationship. And look, there's the doorway here. They want to move your connection through the doorway, through this new beginning. But it's almost like they've been hanging out by this doorway. They've been hanging out, maybe spying on you on social media. They've been deliberating. They've been really wanting to take this leap of faith, take a step in reaching out, create a deeper commitment, a deeper communication with you. I feel like this person's been standing at that doorway for quite a long time, wanting to take that leap of faith and just do it, just take action, just communicate their feelings to you. But they've been so worried that if they do that, then they're immediately gonna take that leap of faith into a Tower moment. They're afraid that if they took action, then something bad would happen and cause you to separate, cause you to abandon them or reject them. Rejection has come up 3 times in these cards. So this person's been suffering with self-esteem issues. I feel like they have intense fears that they're gonna screw things up, or that you're not truly like in love with the real them or something. Some of them, like their fears of rejection have been so intense that maybe they were wearing a mask or just keeping you at arm's length because they thought that you might be disappointed by the real them. And so they've held back. But a Tower is a blessing in disguise. For some of you, this Tower moment has already happened because it's like it was extremely frustrating for you. You could feel that they were at that doorway. They were, you know, at the edge of that cliff, like in the Fool card where he's about to take a leap of faith. But it's like this person kept overthinking things and then taking a step back. They weren't like taking that leap off the cliff. They kept getting to the edge and then like turning around again and then waiting by the edge of that cliff. And it's almost like this person, they were worried about losing what you already had, even though they wanted so much more, and they still want so much more. At the same time, they're worried about losing what you already have. Like there may be some kind of dynamic where you're kind of in communication, or you have a situationship, as I like to say, rather than a full-on commitment. There's some kind of hiding behind walls, or hiding in a comfort zone, but still kind of having some kind of dynamic or communication. Maybe a lot of talk of the future, or a lot of daydreaming and thinking of the future, but then a fear of actually making it real, like on all levels, like in the present moment. And some of you may have got extremely frustrated with that, because you could feel that they were on the edge of that cliff and they just needed to take a leap of faith, but they just weren't doing it. And you felt hurt by that, maybe over and over again, and you felt like you were on the edge of your seat. Yeah, there was this massive build-up. You could feel that they were building themselves up to do something, perhaps, and then it was always like kind of dying down again. And then there was this build-up, and then it was dying down again, rather than them actually fully taking a leap of faith. And it could be a mirrored thing, whether you realize it or not. It could have been a mirrored thing, like maybe you were inside a comfort zone as well without fully realizing it, and the energies were just kind of mirroring each other, like that infinity symbol. So fears of rejection on both sides, perhaps. So that Tower moment could have already happened for some of you. You had to go your separate ways, but a Tower is a blessing in disguise, because if there was an unhealthy dynamic going on, it's almost like you'd both put so much energy and you'd built up this situationship in this kind of unhealthy way, and maybe both of you were kind of afraid of losing each other completely, so you're both kind of just settling for the situationship. Maybe you were, being a bit overly considerate and understanding, and that was kind of enabling this other person to stay in their comfort zone, or maybe you were just enabling each other in certain ways. And so the universe had to step in and break down that, how you both, built up that unhealthy dynamic, because that was actually blocking you from having a deeper connection. So yeah, the blessing in disguise, breaking down the illusion so you could actually be honest and real with yourselves, learn a lot of things, have epiphanies, realizations about what wasn't working in the past, so that you can both do things differently in a place of more authenticity, stepping out of the fear. Perhaps both of you had a major fear of rejection, and so you're holding on to the comfort zones and the situationship where you could both remain in those comfort zones but still have each other in some kind of way as well. You both feared rejection and abandonment, so then a Tower moment had to happen to cause you to feel really rejected, basically, your biggest fear coming true. But that was to force you both to face that fear that you were both trying to avoid if you were in the comfort zone. So you may have felt really rejected by them, and then you walked away, and then that made them feel rejected. But what happened is it forced you both to really go through and, like I said, experience that wound, that fear that you were both desperately trying to avoid, through the situationship, through the unhealthy dynamic. And that was a block. It was causing you not to be able to move forward. So there's the Six of Wands here. This is a healing of that situationship. This person wants to, and I feel it's happening, this person wants to start over, or they want to get back on track with you, with everything that you've both learned. They want to do things differently, want to be more authentic. This is the card of coming out of the choppy waters into the calmer waters, coming out of difficulty and adversity into much more harmony with each other. So this person has a lot of regret about what happened in the past. But they still want to move your connection forward. 6 is the number of love. It's a balanced number as well. Just like the scales of justice. So that it may have felt like there was injustice in the past. And they want to create justice now by coming forward with this Ace of Pentacles. This is an offer. You may have been offering them a lot. But I do feel many of you were still in your comfort zone as well without fully realizing it. But yeah, now it's this person's turn, to reach out and do things that they promised but they weren't delivering on in the past. Actually deliver something. Pentacles is a tangible offer. Really doing something, not like just saying something, actually taking the action, doing what they said they were going to do to create justice, because it felt like an injustice in the past when it was all just talk, all just like maybe communication, but then it not actually grounding, all talk, no action kind of thing. So this person wants to create justice in their connection by actually communicating their truth and actually following through on some of the promises that they promised. And I say some of the promises because obviously I feel like they promised a lot to you, and it's a work in progress, you know, slow steps forward. Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning. And I just want to be with you, period. You know, they really want to be with you. They're realizing, how their procrastination was causing a lot of overthinking and fears and creating blocks and tower moments. So they just want to be with you. I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid of rejection. So yeah, they were hinting all the time, but they needed to actually be clear. They needed to actually reach out and take action and really be upfront about their feelings. But this person, when they initially reach out to you and make a move, they may again kind of hint to you to test the waters. You know, are you going to be receptive to them communicating, or are you going to reject them and shut them down, cut them off kind of thing? So I feel it is likely that they will start off this communication through hinting, kind of still being indirect. I'm so afraid of rejection that I haven't taken a risk to be with you. So, you know, this was never about them not having these deep feelings for you. This person's always had deep feelings for you, but the trouble is they've based their sense of self-worth on your opinion of them and whether you love them or reject them. So this person has been needing to work on their own self-esteem and realizing that your reactions to them does not determine their worth at all, or is not an indicator of their worth in any way. They need to have that self-worth. They need to be strong within themselves when it comes to that. Past life karma is causing a deep rejection fear I'm not even consciously aware of. So this person, they have experienced a lot of rejection in their past lives. Could be with other people, maybe even within your own connection. And it's this subconscious fear. That's why it's so intense. It's like wounds that have bled through from past lives. What do you think of me right now? So yeah, this person worries a lot about what you think about them. And this is really what's been holding them back and stalling them from, you know, taking that leap of faith. So let's look into these messages. Broken heart. Yeah, so if there was a tower moment, they have this broken heart because they just want to be with you, period. They have a broken heart because they feel like they let you down. They felt like in the past they didn't know how to overcome their fears. They didn't know how to know their self-worth. They feel like they created a broken heart within you, and that breaks their heart as well. They're afraid of having a broken heart, so that's why it's felt safer in a situationship. Life or death, sexual fantasies. So yeah, it's felt like a life or death situation. They're like, I want to take that leap of faith, but then it might turn into the tower. Things might fall apart. If I try and make things real, then is it all just going to crumble and I'm going to completely lose you? So it really has felt like a life or death situation. You know, this person has a lot of codependency upon you, a lot of attachment, and they need to heal that. They have a lot of fantasies and a lot of desires about you, because, you know, they just want to be with you. They want things to be tangible. They want this real relationship in the 3D. They want a physical relationship with you as well. Feel safer in situationship. So that's exactly what I was talking about. I had a feeling that might come out. They felt safer in the situationship because they felt, well, at least I have you in some kind of way. I have you in a safe way where I don't have to be vulnerable and you could reject me and then, you know, everything falls apart. They felt as long as they kept a distance from you, you could still be a little bit unsure of them, whereas they felt that if you were together, then you could see the real them and you may make this final decision that, actually, this isn't what I was looking for. Maybe if this has been going on for a long time, they may have felt as though you had all these expectations, and then they're worried that if you got together, then none of your expectations would really be met or something, and you realize you'd created some kind of illusion around them, or an illusion or fantasy about who they are, and the real them did not match up to that. So one final message. Hinting, oh my god. So I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid I'll be rejected, and then there's hinting again. So and this is over, what do you think of me right now? So I feel like this person is gonna initially start hinting to you again about their feelings, or they're gonna show you their feelings in some kind of way, or show you that they're still thinking about you in some kind of way. But I feel like they're still in this place of fear. They're still gonna take action very slowly. They still have major fears about your opinion of them, which is unfortunate. So I definitely feel like this connection isn't over. I feel like you will be hearing from them, but you know, it may not be as directly as you might like initially. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye.